My name is Teacher Evelyn and I work for VIPKID, and I wanted to answer for you from my personal experience. I want to answer the question, when do you call the firemen? The firemen are our IT guys and ladies that help us when we're in class and there's an IT issue. The options when calling the firemen, the options are, I can't hear my student, I can't see my student, I can't hear my student, I can't see my student, there's audio and visual or sound instability, so when like all of it's kind of unstable, that's an option. Or my student can't hear me, or my student can't see me. You can type in the text box. Both the student and the fireman can see what you've written. So what situations do you call them and what situations do you not? This for me has changed. I used to call firemen automatically at the beginning of class whenever my student didn't show up. But now that I'm 10 months in, over time that has sort of adjusted and changed for me. If I have a trial, trials are frequently no-shows. Maybe more than 50% of the time they don't show up. So if there's other teachers who are having IT problems, I don't want to waste the firemen's time. My job is to wait 15 minutes. And what I do is at the 15-minute mark, I write in all caps, student no-show. I click, this is just for trials because you have to stay the whole time for MC classes. That's major course classes. So for the trials, I click I cannot see the student. I write in the text box all caps, student no-show. And I take a screenshot with me visible on the screen and I take a picture. I personally use this. This is a lens cover. I have a bunch of these. I have a video about them and I show you the different ones that I have. But I use a lens cover when I don't have a student in the room, or if I have a student there and class has not started yet. This is because I have heard before, this is not all the time, this is just sometimes, that you cannot see on the playback sometimes that the teacher was in the room if their camera is not turned on. Now normally, and it's supposed to always say the teacher's name when you're there, but sometimes on the playback, if your camera's not on, it'll say no one's there. So to protect yourself when you're in the classroom waiting for your student to arrive, I would use a lens cover. That way you don't have to have them looking at you stare at the screen, but you have something to show that you're there and waiting. Other times to call the firemen. If you cannot see the student, or if their camera keeps going in and out, I click I cannot see the student. If you cannot hear your student, or if your audio is having a major problem, then you can call them. If you're having an echo and it's really annoying, I just lower my volume if I'm hearing my voice echo back, because the firemen generally, they can't do anything about it except for ask the student to wear a headset. I don't bother the firemen when there's an echo, but I do occasionally, if the echo's really bad, I will mention it in the parent feedback. If you could wear a headset, it would help with our audio. Other times to call the firemen. If the student cannot hear me, I click the student cannot hear me. I write in the chat box, the student can't hear me. I'm refreshing the classroom so that they know that even if it says the teacher's not there, I'm coming right back. So sometimes refreshing the classroom works, sometimes switching lines works. If neither of those work, I let the firemen know that I'm going to restart my computer. You always have to let them know so that they don't mark you teacher no-show. Now, the only situation where my audio was not working was when they were first trying out the new platform with the new kind of classroom. And my audio, because I have a computer Chromebook that was not compatible at the time with their program, I had to switch lines back to the regular classroom. So if you don't know, the regular original style classroom under switch lines is lines number 1, 2, and 3 are the regular classroom. So if you are in lines 4, 5, or 6 and you're in that new style classroom and it's not your cup of tea, maybe it's messing up your audio, or maybe you just don't like that style, you can easily switch lines to a different one. Okay, other times to call the firemen. If there is nudity in the classroom, I have a video about that. You are not required to stay in the classroom if you see a lower body extremity issue or a woman's upper. I have a video about it. If you have a toddler that doesn't have a shirt on and it happens to be a girl, but she's not developed up there, remember, it's a different culture, so they don't consider that a private area until puberty for girls. So just keep teaching. But if a child's sitting on a toilet but they're keeping it above the waist, you can continue teaching them. That's actually pretty common. It's very, very rare that there's any nudity in the classroom, but if you ever see a naked person, I'm talking no underwear, you can type in the chat box, class is canceled due to unforeseen reasons, and you click something to the firemen. You can click whichever option you want and exit, and then send a ticket about what happened so that they can delete the video footage. That does not happen very often. Those are basically the times that you contact the firemen. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you. Bye.